Hi guys, we are the K3, and this is our weekly watch list where we watch as many K-dramas as we possibly can in a given week and come back to you and report what we are liking, loving, and dropping. And we had some finales this week, guys. We had two right out of the gate. So we had two finales and we had two premieres. And so we got some stuff to talk about this week, right? How's everybody doing, by the way? Is everybody doing okay? I'm starting to get a little, things are just starting to meld together. How are you doing, Marisa?
Well, it was supposed to be my daughter's senior prom on Saturday, so that was a big bummer. Yeah. I mean, she's actually doing pretty well, but good. I was super just bummed out for her and for all of this high school seniors across
It's such a big milestone. I mean, who doesn't remember their senior prom, whether it was a disaster or whether it went really well, right?
I know. So shout out to all the graduates.
Yeah, class of 20. Yes. Nice.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Right?
You at least will always have a story, guys. Think of it that way.
Always.
You will always have... Well, how was your prom? You'd be like, I didn't have a prom because we were on lockdown for Corona.
Class of 2020.
Class of 2020.
Class of 2020. And
exactly.
People will understand.
Everyone will know. It'll be. So you got a badge of honor now, right?
Yeah.
You'll be in the history books, guys. Remember that.
That's right. That's right.
It's amazing. All right, so let's get started on some things that made the week a little bit better, which is K-dramas. Yes, because K-drama is my happy place.
No kidding.
Right? Oh my God. All right. So the first finale up and running was I'll Come to You When the Weather is Nice. And Twitter seemed to say it was pretty satisfying, Marisa. What were your thoughts on it?
Oh, I mean, whatever quibbles I had with this show, I really enjoyed this show so much. Good. It was this really beautifully layered drama about how when you can let go of your past and you can let go of the things that hurt you or the people that hurt you, then you can find love and you can find family.
Maybe I do need to watch this drama. Wow.
And coffee and books.
Please, are you kidding me? Why did I not watch this one yet? Why did I drop this? I dropped this in a whole different world, Marisa. I dropped this in a whole different world.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So it is now here for you to binge.
Exactly.
So
yes.
I think it was really solid. And, one of the big things we always ever pray for is that a drama will stick the landing. And it really did. It did not go off the rails. And it was just beautifully told. And I'm such a huge Park Min-young fan. And she's just, she cries pretty.
Oh, yeah. Right? She's a gorgeous crier.
She is.
I'm in the ugly cry category, so I'm always like, ooh, yeah, that's nice work.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
I'm the one like sometimes we'll see some people, especially it's usually the men, but they're crying so hard, like snot's coming out of their nose and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I'm an ugly crier. I'm in like that levels of ugly cry. Yeah, it's not pretty. When I get, do you guys want to know why I don't like to cry? It's because of that. Like, when I cry. It's bad. I'm so glad that it was satisfying. Did they wrap up all the storylines in a way that you were good with?
Yeah, they really did. Every single main and like the main the second tier actors, like all of their stories got wrapped up too. It was really good. EJ Wook he was such a quirky character in this. I have like even more respect for this young actor. Right? He was so much fun and just like, really funny guy. So
yeah. We had mentioned it in another, when we were talking about the show in another weekly watch list. He just has had, his career is so short, but so varied already. Like, it's amazing the different style of roles that he has played already. And it's just, I'm so excited to see what he is going to become because he is wildly talented.
Yes, he really is.
Wildly talented. Yeah.
So just, the pairing of So Kang-joon as Yeon-sub and Park Min-young as Haewon.
Yeah.
They're just so lovely together, and just that they're there for each other, but they both have these, terrible, tragedies in their backstory, but just the way that it was never like overwrought.
Yes.
And it wasn't so crazy hyperbole stories, tropey stuff that happens. So it was just handled really well. And there was this really interesting moment. I loved it. Because it's also the story of Haewon and her mother and her aunt, right?
Right.
So her aunt they're not a touchy-feely family. They were when they were younger, but then obviously abusive husband, death, prison, abandonment.
Murdering your sister's abusive husband, going to prison, all sorts of things that
glaucoma,
would make you maybe not want to, get attached to people. Yeah.
No. But the aunt writes her story. And through that, she finds salvation. She finds the man who still loves her. And she finds forgiveness from herself and her sister and niece, Haewon. But it's not done in an overly dramatic, crying, confrontational way. There's no like railing against the skies, because that's not who they are. Who they are is when the aunt leaves and she leaves the town. She basically, her book is this big smash success. So she's going on a book tour or something, and
good for her.
Takes off the puffy jacket and puts on a beautiful camel hair coat, changes her sunglasses. And she says goodbye to her sister, who was the mom who ended up in prison for 7 years. She's now moved back into the house. She says goodbye to her. Bye. She says goodbye to Haewon. Bye. And the book editor, the book publisher / ex-boyfriend is just like, that's it? He's like, you guys are cold. Like that was literally it. And that's who they are. And, just standing at the door, not even like, I think Haewon waved, but I'm like, that's who they are. But they didn't change. Nice. They didn't have to change. They didn't have to become lighthearted, lovely KDrama heroines. That's not who they were. So it was just.
All right. I feel a binge coming on for sure. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely.
Totally recommended.
Okay. Yay. And then our next finale that we had this week, Nobody Knows. Oh, it was so satisfying. Marisa. It was so good.
It was so good.
It was so
she
good.
is such a badass. But this show handled it all so well.
And she's a badass, but she's like a badass with a heart of gold. Like she just wants to take care of people. And I thought that was the beautiful message of the whole story, is that nature versus nurture. And I loved it when Park Hoon's character basically asked her, what would have happened if I would have met you instead of these fucking monsters? And I was like, oh, you poor pumpkin. Like he was one of the greatest bad guys ever, though.
That scene on the rooftop. Oh my God. It was so tense.
So tense.
But it was again, so well written. Like, it was so dramatic, but there was actually conversation. Like it was not all confrontation and threats. It was so much deeper than that.
Yeah. Like he's been fascinated with her since he met her. And so it was weird and creepy on one hand. And on the other hand, like he could see how his life could have been different. And it was fascinating to me. Like he killed her friend to kind of end this because he knew it was bullshit. But then to get a one-up on the church to get the land, like it was some fucked up shit, right?
I know. Like, for a man that young to be that conniving and murderous, right? To get his what he wants. Oh my God. Oh, just and then pure evil.
And kind of like what you were saying with When the Weather is Nice. He didn't change. Like, you didn't have him come to this great revelation. And so he still was that cold, conniving, weird, calculating character from beginning to end. Even when they were taking him into his prison cell and he was back to that little boy and he was like, I guess I was never going to leave this room. Like, he didn't, change. Like, he knew that. He knew.
That was amazing. The way that just the room reappeared. So good. The director.
So good.
Amazing.
Like, I mean, I don't really understand how the awards system works in Korea, but
you mean how each network has its own award show?
Yeah. So I get a little hazy on who gets what awards and where they go and all of that. But if Park Hoon is not up for at least an award for that performance, it's a miscarriage of acting justice because he was so freaking good.
My drama list doesn't say. SBS. So they have their own awards, right?
I'm kind of like not tracking with which other SBS villains we've seen, so I have to take a look at it later. But if he is not in the running for at least one of the best performances of this year, I mean, he was just he was just so good. He was so good.
Every step he took was just served his evil plan. Like that's okay. So that scene or the series of scenes with Cha-young, Detective Cha, to get her up to the rooftop where she like kicks ass.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
She takes down the big guy, like runs up the wall, like with her Matrix moves.
Wasn't that the greatest move ever? Oh my God. Like I was like, yes. Yeah.
I know.
She was so good. She
looks like she's like size 1.5, right? She's tiny. She's so tiny.
She's so tiny. Every time she would wear like that, she had like a tank top on. Her arms were like I'm like she's like Angelina Jolie little. Angelina Jolie always plays those badass like action things, and I'm always afraid she's gonna break. She's so thin, right? And that's how I felt with Kim So Hyun. Like she's amazing, and I believe every minute of it until she she's just like tiny. I'm just afraid she's gonna break, but she doesn't. She kicks ass. It's amazing.
Oh, it was so good. But then on a dime, she could see his hurt and his pain and his shock.
Right.
When he sees his friend. So his friend.
So, oh my God. Yeah, no. And I just, even I have to give a shout out. I mean, Pakun was amazing, right? But you have to give a shout out to the rest of that team of like Crazy Pants McGee's of basically that hotel cabal. I mean, Taewon Suk playing Ko Hee-dong as the head of security. He was so good. Like his dedication. Broken. Just broken. And he recognized that what was happening was unbelievably wrong. But when he gave that whole speech about how when the kids threw me into that room with that dog and you saved me from it, he's like, I was frozen in shock. And he's like, I've never unfrozen anything you say. Basically I'll follow you wherever because you saved me. Like you could tell even saying that he knew it was the truth, but he also was horrified by it because of what he became. So good. It was so good. So good. Like he was so good. Like this whole team was so amazing. And and Marisa, my ship sailed. It sailed. I was so happy. I was so unbelievably happy.
That scene where so we're talking about our teacher, Lee Sun-woo. When he's having dinner
when he's having drinks with our mentor.
Yes. And she walks in the room and just his reaction where he stands up and he's just like, I was like, oh.
Well, my favorite part about all of that is that our mentor, whose name I'm not, who was Kyung Eun Bum, he was like this little matchmaker. He's like, yeah, I'm just having drinks. Come on. Yes, son, continue. I was like, okay, I love it so much.
I know that little like smirk he had when they, when he stood up and they were just.
This show hit it's just all of the things that I wanted to happen happened.
And you know what?
Yeah.
God bless that show. There was no courtroom scene.
No.
At the end of the show.
No.
She's like, I don't need to be there. I'm like, well, actually you do. I think you're the arresting detective. But it's so superfluous to dramas. Yeah. I know. It's so superfluous. You don't need that. And I was so happy that they didn't do it.
And then how they just wrapped up everybody's stories and the boys were still friends and they were having lunch together and she took them out and again reinforcing that if you instead of treating these poor kids like crap, if you give them love, they will flourish and not become crazy murderous cabal leaders, and it just was so good. And then that final shot.
It's like parallels and it's just about having faith in humanity, literally. Like how much influence you can have on the next generation. So I loved it. It was just so satisfying. I mean, the case itself, I felt was it was obviously the side story, but it got you into everything. But it was just so good. I mean, I highly recommend it. They were just all so good. It was
Super satisfying.
We love procedurals. We love crime dramas. And this one, it was, and the pacing was right.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So it wasn't, I didn't feel the ending was rushed at all. Like it felt, it all ended the way it was, when and how it was supposed to end. We didn't drag out the Park Hoon's characters, machinations to get to our young guy Eun-ho. Like we didn't have that. Though I will say I was really worried for Lee Sun-woo when he got the crap kicked out of him in the hospital room. I was like, no, no, you do not no. So yeah.
But yeah.
And then I did love the fact that when everything was done, she laid down on the couch, and then they cut to her getting out of bed, and it was April. I'm like, did she sleep for 4 months? What is
yes,
right
but
now?
that was so perfect, because it was no kidding. She spent her entire adult life trying to chase down, her best friend's killer, and uncovers this ridiculous, like you said, cabal of just like nonsense and manipulation and murderous, control. And so, of course she's going to sleep for 4 months. And so it's just her and her oranges and her books. And now she's wearing white.
Oh yeah. Right. The color palette change was amazing. She was out in the park with Lee Sung-woo and Eun-ho and the little sister, and the little sister's like, will you be coming around more? I like you. And I'm like, she's like, yes, I will. I was like, yeah.
But that final scene, was it the final scene where it was just her and Eun-ho in her apartment, and they're just there, and they're just,
it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was so quiet, and it was just let's go get something to eat. Let's go eat good food.
Yeah.
Loved it. I loved it so much, Marisa. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy. Oh, thank you, show. Because there were moments where I was a little concerned, but thank you. It was.
Yes.
Okay, and our first premiere this week was Born Again. Oh boy. Did you watch all of it?
Uh-huh.
And?
I love Jang Kyung so much. I love Lee Soo-hyuk so much.
Yeah, right.
This is his first one, first drama after coming out of the military.
Oh, okay, that's right. This is his first one back. How long has he been out of the military? I didn't know him well before.
How long has he been out?
He's fairly recently out, right? It's not like he's been gone for a year, right?
No, no. Okay. No, I don't think so. But I don't even recognize the last thing he did.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, it was Sweet Stranger and Me. But so the Lee Soo-hyuk that I love is the one that was at the beginning with the suit and the hair.
Yeah.
He's a model too, because he's freaking gorgeous, right? And Jang Ki-young too.
Yeah, they've got the most. He's got the most. Not to overly talk about his looks, but he's got the most amazing bone structure of any human I've really ever seen. His bone structure is ridiculous,
and his voice. He has this baritone voice. Oh my god,
it's absurd. It's absurd.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie, Marisa. As much as I love Jang Ki-young, I'm almost bummed out that Lee Soo-hyuk is not the lead in this one. I kind of need him to be a lead soon now.
I know. So what I am doing, because we had 2 episodes,
right,
and we had whole lot of Jang Ki-young's wig.
Oh yeah. Oh, that wig. God bless that
wig. The wig was doing a lot of acting.
The wig of
I know, it's young anime boy.
Right? I loved it. And
disaffected youth.
Right? And I love that all of the police drawings of it was it literally was an anime drawing with with some scratches on his eye. It was hilarious.
I know. So I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna watch the next 2 episodes.
Right.
Because this whole 1980s story.
I felt like we did not need to spend 2 hours there. I feel like we could have quickly gotten up to speed with maybe a half hour, maybe one of the 4 episodes. 4 episodes. Maybe dedicate a half hour to our 1980s, situation. And then we could have lived and figured all of that other stuff out in flashbacks. Like, this would have been a perfect show for flashbacks, because I now no longer need flashbacks. We just spent 2 hours there.
I know. Wouldn't that have been like a kind of a more intricate storyline?
My bad John Key Young wig is like now all on my face. I can't get rid of it.
So yeah, those first 2 episodes, I found them really tough to get through.
Very tough.
Jin Se-yeon, who plays the lead female, I have not seen her in a drama that I've really enjoyed her in.
Yes.
So
I watched her in Item, and she was watchable there because there wasn't really a romance. It was Ju Ji-yoon. And there was no real romance there, so she didn't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. It was just a lot of familial, and I forget if she was a detective or not. Like, I feel like she was part of the was she a detective? Yeah. And so it was a lot of that. So she did okay. I feel like, as much as I hate to say this, because I think she's lovely. I really do. It's not that I actively hate her. It's just I feel like she's in over her head emotionally on this one. I was having a really hard time with some of her scenes with what was going on.
Yeah. But who I did enjoy seeing was Jason Nelson. Shout out to you.
Yes, Jason. It was so good to see you.
Emergency room doctor.
Yes, and busting out that Korean. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Though I have a question in kind of a weird alternate reality situation, and I may be reading way too much into this whole reincarnation thing and like what was happening over in the psych ward. But I thought it was interesting that Jason, as an American doctor, spoke really good Korean. And then when Jung Ki-young got sent to the psych ward, the doctor there had really blonde hair that almost matched Jason's hair. So I might be reading way too much into the overlapping of things that is happening. But it was good. It was good. I enjoed it.
Yeah.
I feel like there was more of a story there, because I'm not really sure why it introduced an American doctor, but
that's what it was interesting.
Yeah, so it was interesting.
And I hope you have more episodes, because it's great to see you.
Yeah. It was. Though we'd have to age him up by like 20 years, though.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe he just gets reincarnated with the rest of them. Yeah,
it's very possible with this.
It's very possible with this show. There was someone else that I was like, oh God, I hope you get reincarnated. Oh, who was it? I don't remember. The show was. I mean, let's be honest. It was kind of a hot mess. Those first 4 episodes were kind of a hot mess, and I just desperately needed us to get back to the future.
Yes,
and that was or the present, I should say. And then here's the thing: we already know that they've switched bodies, but why would you reincarnate to look like? I mean, not that looking like Jung Ki-young is bad, but if you killed him or he killed you in another life, why would you choose that look in this life? Like, I understand why Jung Ki-young would choose Lee Soo-hyuk, but I don't understand why Lee Soo-hyuk's character would choose Jung Ki-young's character. I mean, I get that it's a quibble, but I'm just saying.
So So we are praying that the next episodes that are in the present bring it around to the K-drama we are dying to see with these guys in it. So.
And I'm all into their bromance already, and it's hardly a bromance yet. But
I know,
have you seen some of the pictorials of the two of them, like in their
Esquire magazine,
right?
Oh my goodness!
Like, I'm all in. I am all in on that. Like, I just want them to have as much as I hate to say it, like I don't need a romance.
No,
I mean maybe they have a romance. Now that would be a reincarnation story. Serial killer and the guy whose girl you coveted, they are in love. Ooh. I'm thinking of a whole new story here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of going off.
I know.
Else.
We're moving into fan fiction.
Right? It's just, it's so crazy. We all know that the evil dad from the past has to be reincarnated in this new life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy doesn't show up for nothing. That doesn't happen. Like, he seems like one I've seen numerous times.
Oh, yeah. He was in Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Pegasus Market.
Yeah, it's
you notice him.
Kim. Yeah. He's not someone you just blend into the background at all. So, yeah, I really do. I mean, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where they take this. So, all right. Fingers crossed, show. Fingers crossed. Because, fingers crossed. We'll just go with that. Next up, Piece of Your Mind. Heading into the final 2 episodes, we've in my personal opinion, finally saw some movement in the story.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So maybe it was a good thing they cut it down from 16 to 12.
I think so.
Hard to say what they cut out, but yeah. This is the kind of show that when I'm watching it, I enjoy. I told you I turn my brain off. I enjoy the vibe. I'm enjoying looking at what I'm looking at.
Right.
And but when I turn it off, I'm like, I don't remember what happened.
Right. So, I will say I took your advice this week, and I literally, my first note is trying to just let this wash over me. And it was lovely. I mean, I had no big complaints. Like, it was a lovely slice of life show, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I think the highlight for me was our little trio at the boarding house with Lee Jung-un and our boarding house mom and the little med students. Like, they're kind of like becoming my favorite thing of the show.
I love how our boarding house mom. Yeah. She's like 35, so she's not
right. It's hilarious. Yeah.
How she calls Lee Jung-un like student because that's the relationship they had when they were all much younger.
Yeah.
And I love how Lee Jung-un is just like kind of getting her out of her shell and protecting her in her own way. That moment where the ex-boyfriend was moving out and he was having regrets and he's like, she's so nice. Maybe I should get back together with her. And Lee Jung-un was like, just remember this.
Oh, it was so good.
It's too late.
It was so good.
I'm like, yes!
And then she just walked off like the badass she is.
Yeah.
I was like, love her so much.
Love
and
that.
And then when they took her to the little pastry shop and we found out that she went to all those places to eat because her daughter wanted her to go and she would come. And then poor Unju was like crying and like, I'm such a horrible person making fun of you. And it was great. And they're like, let's go now. Those moments those are my favorite moments of the show.
Yes, and the shouting when they were walking down, like all of it, like, he said to Lee Jung-un, like feel it from here, like just shout. But then it was the house mother. That was hilarious.
That trio is just that. I could watch an entire show just of that trio trying to figure out life. Like, I would have been okay with that.
And we so need them because I don't really. Again, okay, I'm not. If you ask questions, it just gets you in trouble with the show because I don't understand what Hana's character is doing at the end, where she's like, "Who are you protecting? Like, what? I don't understand her, and it's so I turned off. So that was the end of episode 10, where she doesn't protect her uncle Hawan, and she seems to have her own shit that she's trying to work through. And she likes our concert pianist, but what is she doing? She's putting everybody in jeopardy, right?
Right,
emotional jeopardy.
Yeah.
And so I was really mad, and then I was like, okay, I got to let it go because the thing with this drama is that this writer decided to tell a particular story and she's sticking to it. And that story is that people don't seem to know what the other one is doing and they're hiding stuff for I don't know why. And I'm like, okay, that's what the story is. And if you don't like it, then, move on. But they're sticking to it.
I think my biggest problem with that part of the story, because I've loved the manager so much because she was such a quirky breath of fresh air all the time, is that I wanted her to be there for Inuk. Because Inuk, is that his name? Yeah. Inuk. I wanted her to be there for him because clearly he made a colossal error as a spoiled brat child, right?
Yes.
But never intended to have the woman die. So he's been carrying that around for obviously forever and has never been able to like purge it. And then he finally tells someone, the person he thinks is going to be to understand him the most. And she basically shuns him. And so I really just wanted Ihana's character, Moon Sono, to be that person that, understood instead of, and I think he kind of got that at the bar, but then all of a sudden it became Hanwon versus Inwook, and I just thought that it didn't have to be that. Like she could sympathize with both and kind of be a bridge to both of them finding peace, or you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like that was a missed opportunity in the script.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. It's like she's making huge assumptions, and she's doing these big actions, hiding the letters, not letting them see each other, on the big assumption that Hwan is going to what? He's not a violent guy, clearly. I mean, and they're kind of building it up. There's going to be this confrontation. I don't think that's going to happen. That's not who he is. He just wants answers. And I don't think he's, this man, okay, never mind the fact that this man was married to his first love and somehow he never knew his name and never knew what he looked like. Okay.
I'm saying if you even followed her even a little bit on her Instagram, you were going to figure out who the hell she was married to. Especially if he's a world famous pianist. Are you kidding? Like, I just feel like this one device is just like, oh God, like, okay, sure.
And they grew up together. There weren't that many Koreans in Norway.
There were 3 Koreans in Norway, it sounds like, the way they write this. And they're not going to talk about the fact that 2 of those Koreans married each other and one is a world-class pianist? Like, so I have issues massively with this story.
Right. But for the manager, for Ihana's character to just make these huge assumptions, I mean, we're rolling into the last 2 episodes and that's what the drama is.
Right.
But yeah, because she was so quirky and plant-loving, and I was enjoying that.
And I loved when she brought him over that gift, and it was poppers, and he like got a little smile. Like, it was just so many great moments. Like, I don't think he needs her to protect him, and she's all about protecting him for the concert. And I'm like, that's a weak plot point. And I know. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm just watching it for different reasons. I don't know.
Like I said, it's like when I'm in it and I'm just watching it, I enjoy it. And then I turn it off and I'm confused and angry and I don't know what.
Right.
So,
but here's the thing. I really enjoyed the performances. I mean, I just don't think they've been given, I think they've given some weird shit to work with. And I think that's my biggest problem. I mean, because listen, I'll be the first to admit, I was not really that invested in Muhawan and Hanso's relationship. They're adorable. I'm all in. I think it's adorable that they moved in together and yet still are like one's on the couch and one's on the bed. It makes no sense to me. But they're adorable. I'm all in. I just feel like now that story's been played out. Like, there's just no more story there, right?
Yes. So it's ending this week, the final episodes, and I think that's right.
Oh yeah, I think the timing is perfect. What would they have done with 6 more episodes, Marisa?
I don't know, but I'm glad it's over. I mean, I do want to see the ending, and I'm dying to see how everybody wraps up and how this comes to some sort of conclusion.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, show. You've conflicted me from day one.
Yeah.
I was crying in the first episodes, and now by episode 9, 10, I'm like, I don't understand what is happening. I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now, but Lee Jun-eun's character is probably my favorite. So Jung Hae-in in a full-length leather trench coat.
I forgot that too. I wrote that down. I'm like, because we like Jung Hae-in a lot when he's serious and angry.
In a spy drama, or as a detective, or as some sort of like benevolent, like, because
listen,
wow, that was it was powerful. Yeah. Like, I was like, I need you to like be a vampire, maybe. Like, I'm really into vampires. Like, he'd be a fun, quirky vampire, but like the long leather,
I know,
tight leather trench.
Yeah, he wears clothes really well,
and
he's been wearing a lot of overcoats and a lot of turtlenecks. And big sweaters, and that's made us very happy. But that leather coat,
like he looked like he was business, and I was like all for it. I'm like, I need to see this in Jung Hae-in sometime soon because wow, I was into that. Yeah. I was into it a lot. Yeah, I said to mention that. Yeah. Well, on that note, Jung Hae-in in a full-length leather trench coat. We will move into the final episodes next week. Mm-hmm. And our final entry for Monday, Tuesday, because, oh my God, so many Monday, Tuesday shows, is 365 Repeat the Year, heading into its final 2 episodes. This show is so freaking fun. I love it. It's so good. It's well done, right? He was a red herring, thank God. But Marisa.
Well, as soon as she said, and because I got all caught up, as soon as she said, all of the murders happened in one police district. I was like, it's him.
It's got to be.
But
that was the only option we had. Yeah.
It was the only option. And getting there was great. This show is so good. I mean, I have questions. I'm confused about some things.
Now, I will say, when we first reset and all the resets were kind of starting to like freak out and like not hold, I was kind of like, okay, so what did he do in his reset? Because each of them had something in their reset that triggered something else. And I'm like, oh, it's because I thought that he was going to have to kill Hyung to make everything be okay. Not thinking that Hyung is actually a serial killer, but I think my theory might be correct.
He has to kill him to make everything okay.
He's going to have to reset and
he still has to die.
He's still going to have to die. I think that's going to... And that was my thought back when we first reset, that, oh, this is going to become a problem. But I didn't know what the problem was.
Do we think there's going to be another reset?
I feel like if they survive to the reset date, then if they reset and they kill Hyung, then all those people will come back. Because that's what triggered all of them surviving being victims of a serial killer, was him getting of Ishin convincing that little crazy guy at the beginning to kill Hyung, or to kill the partner. Yeah, he keeps calling Hyung, whose name I keep not using. There he is. It's Park Sun-ho. So so I feel like that's where we have to get to bring everybody back.
Okay.
At least that's my theory.
I'm also wondering about, so then we have our crazy psychiatrist, reset in charge person, Dr. Ishin. Because, she's
been through some shit trying to save her daughter, which has made her not right in the head.
Right, like kind of maniacal. Like, I think she's reset too many times, right?
Way too many times.
She's just like unhinged.
Right.
So I was confused because, she knows who the serial killer is.
Right.
But I thought she had more of a relationship with him. Right. So when our detective Pak came and was kind of was trying to get more information from her, I was like, oh, he doesn't know her.
No.
So I was,
So what I thought was really interesting is that how did she meet these people to begin with? Or was it kind of like with the train where she'd seen it so many times and she saw this serial killer situation so many times that she was like, maybe in this reset, I will see if I can change things. And so maybe she's just reset so many times. It's kind of like Groundhog Day, where she just now is trying to see how she can make changes. Maybe that's it?
Gathering all of the serial killers' victims. But there is nothing that ties all of the victims together except her clinic, but that doesn't have anything to do with Detective Park, our serial killer.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. There's a little bit of timey-wimey craziness that's happening there. But and then my question was, so if she succeeded in saving them all, why did she let Ji Hyung-joo reset to save him? Why would you do that?
What does this have to do with her daughter?
So I feel like I'm hoping in these final 2 episodes that we kind of get a little bit more information. But, up until now, this show's just fucking fun. Every week I'm like, who, what? Huh? Yeah, I really have enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think that's a trap that happened at the end where our Nancy Drew Shin Ga-yeon got abducted by Detective Park. I think that's a trap.
Yeah, absolutely. And we called it when her assistant abducted her. I was like, called it. He could not be in a show without being ooh, crazy town, right? Yeah. I was like, yes. I literally wrote my notes. Called it. Murderer. But he's not. He just was a disgruntled employee. Yeah. But another red herring. They're not dropping red herrings all over the place. Yeah.
Ooh. But this is surprisingly well
it's well crafted.
Well played. Yeah, well crafted in terms of shifting your focus and surprises. Yeah, definitely enjoying that.
I've really I just have really enjoyed it. It still has a potential in these final 2 episodes to go wildly off the rails and make no earthly sense whatsoever. But heading into the final 2 episodes, it's been a really fun show to watch for sure. And I can only imagine binging it. It would be crack. I would be I would burn through this in a day and a half. Because you just are like, what happened? What's next? Oh my God.
I mean, I'm really hopeful for a solid ending because it is a novel, and that if there was anything problematic in the book, that the writers were able to parse that out. Yeah. But I think because it was a book, I'm thinking that it's all laid out, and it's just a matter of like being able to like pull it out, pull it off on screen.
Right. It's not like they're trying to come up with the ending as they're going. Like the ending's already there. Like they knew it going in. So that's good. That's good to know. I keep forgetting that it was a novel. That's right.
But I do think what would be great about a binge is that you don't have a week to forget the details.
Right.
You know, that you could just keep going. Yeah.
So yeah, there's something like super satisfying about maybe going like almost like a really good book, like going back and rewatching this from beginning to end. It's quick. It's not like one of those, hour and 45-minute episodes where you're just like, oh dear God, show. Like, I get it. Like, I don't need a musical montage every 20 minutes. Like it moves. The whole story just pops. It moves. This would be a good one to just kind of like burn through really fast again.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, 365. Don't let us down this week. Don't do it. Love it. All right. That was Monday, Tuesday. And Wednesday, Thursday, still the only entry that we've got so far, hospital playlist. And
it's just rolling. It's rolling along. It's like more of the same in the best possible way.
Okay. Nice.
So enjoyable. And then I think it's Jonathan H. Kim commented on our YouTube channel just how the Reply series and Prison Playbook are just restore your faith in humanity. Like these stories are just, they're not hyperbole, they're not extreme, they're not off the rails, they're not hysterical. They're just, no one's crazy trying to hurt somebody else. It's just really, they're just real people, real people stories, and totally enjoyable. There were some really great cameos this week. Che Moo-sung, who was Minchul in Prison Playbook, kind of the head of our prison cell. And his wife is played by Kim Sun-young. She's one of those actresses we see in so many shows. And she was Crash Landing on You. She was one of the North Korean Ajumas.
I love her so much. I love the North Korean Ajumas from Crash Landing, for sure.
So they were together, and that was really fun. I have to double check to see if she was in some of the Reply series. She must have been, and I'm just forgetting it. But that was really great to see them. There was kind of a couple of stories this week that touched on liver transplants and on spouses cheating. And then there was one woman who had both. She had a liver transplant and her husband who had been cheating on her. But her husband had cheated on her, gave her, half of his liver for her to recover. And she was just angry about it. Like because she found out later that he had cheated on her. And she's like, I've got this organ in my body and I don't want it because I hate him so much. So she was self-destructing. But there was this really beautiful scene with Jo Jung-suk, who plays Dr. Lee Ik-jun, just talking about how his wife cheated on him. But the thing is, we knew that, but we didn't really see it. And there wasn't this huge, dramatic, overplayed story about her cheating on him. But he told this beautiful story to her. And so in contrast with our Dr. Yang Suk-young, played by Kim Dae-myung, the one who's wealthy, his father's a minister, I think. His current mistress is pregnant, and she's much younger, and he's the one who's so devoted to his mother.
Okay, I thought you meant his mistress. I'm like, I thought he had a mistress. His father has a mistress.
Father has a mistress. Yeah, and so his father is doing that wealthy, entitled, got a younger, woman who is just rude and entitled, but boom, immediately the wife came in. Like, you saw her in the bathroom and she said hello to the woman cleaning the bathroom. Boom, out of nowhere, she dumps this bucket onto the pregnant mistress's head. And she was like, I was going to give you a divorce yesterday, but now I'm not. How dare you come to the hospital, embarrass my son, blah, blah, blah. But it was like, that's so Reply series. It's like you set up this like tense thing and then you pay it off immediately.
Nice.
But it's not this drawn out 16 episodes of revenge, right?
Oh, nice.
But yeah. really enjoyable. And all of the nurses in the hospital have this mad crush on Yu Yun Suk because, of course,
it's Yu Yun Suk. Come on,
it is. But it's just hilarious. There's this one young doctor, and she has such a big crush on him, but she can't do anything about it. And you just see her pouting every time you see somebody else like talk to him, or, this one nurse was like, oh, I had dinner with him. And she was like, what? And it's heartbreaking for her.
That's amazing. Now, is this the same doctor that is now, from what I'm reading on Twitter, according to the trailer for next week, it's all about the two of them?
Probably. Okay. I think he does like her, but he also wants to join the clergy.
Oh, right. He's always running off to the clergy. It makes no sense.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And he tells his mother, and she literally throws shit at him because she's like, you are not becoming a priest. You're my only hope.
You're my only hope. Stop it.
I know.
That's amazing. Aww.
So, yeah. But yeah, continues to be enjoyable. Continues to be, at least 5 are so great together, and just
nice.
Love it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yes. I'm so glad. I mean, again, I say it every week. It sounds really enjoyable when you talk about it. I just never find the moment to go, hey, Jen, why don't we hit play on that?
Oh, well, my question for our friends out there, maybe the Hyena Pack knows, season 2, is it going to be like the Reply series where the next season is kind of a whole different cast and maybe some cameos, or is season 2 still these 5 in this hospital? I haven't done enough digging around to know.
The season 2 poster that they're using is a picture of the 5 of them.
Does it say season 2?
It does.
I mean, I see that on my drama list. Oh, I hope so, because I would be, I was kind of bummed because I was looking back at some of the Reply series stuff, and I was like, oh, wait a second. It could be a whole new cast in a whole different timeline.
Well, they're listing the 5 as being the cast for season 2 on my drama list. So,
good. So that makes me happy.
It does look like they're trying, and I think I did read an article, I don't want to say on something maybe, but that they were, the creators of this were like, we would like to do this as, they've been saying this for as long as I've been watching K-dramas, that they've been trying to figure out how to stay true to why we love K-dramas, but yet also incorporate the Western multi-season format. And so I think if I read the article correctly, that's what they're trying to do here, is keep the same cast, but like every season would be a new kind of overarching story. And I'm not sure if this one has an overarching story or not, but that's kind of what I've read. I mean, I could be wildly incorrect, but yes, for your sake, I hope I'm not. Yeah. All right. That was Wednesday, Thursday. And finally, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have to, unfortunately, When Love Blooms was not subbed on VIKI by the time we were able to, I mean, I think it was, but it was like Sunday afternoon when it finally was subbed. So we were not able to watch it before we did this. So this one is probably going to be a week late every time. But that is the Ibo Young and then UGT. And then
also
the younger version of them are, I don't have it. Do you have it in front of you, Marisa?
I do. Park Jin Young, who is he is Psychometric, and he's I think GOT7. I think that's the band he's in. And also John Soni, who I don't recognize. Oh, she was in Encounter. Huh. I don't recognize her. But Ibo Young, superstar, and I'm not super familiar with her, so I'm like really looking forward to this, but unfortunately the subtitles weren't available to us by the time we are here doing this. So next week we will have thoughts on that, and then episodes 3 and 4 of the King Eternal Monarch. That happened. Guys, here's my problem, Marisa. I'm just so bored. I was so bored with episode 3. Oh my God. 4, at least something happened? Yes. Now that we got to the end of 4, I'm like, oh, I think I will enjoy this. I will enjoy seeing Lieutenant Jung Tae in the kingdom. Yes. I am looking forward to that, because the other stuff, I was like, okay, wait, this isn't the story. It's that's my question. What is the story, Marisa? I don't know what the story is. It was like the evil stepbrother uncle guy. Yeah. I thought it was that. But I barely understand what that one's all about anymore. Like, That's the thing. I was hoping for more explanation on why time travel, like, and not even why, but like what is this construct you have built? Mm-hmm. Like you've built this universe, but I saw
universes. Two.
That's right. But there's like no more things happening in and around this magical thing, this magical portal.
Nothing.
So it's
just
like
there. It's just there.
It was just
if
there.
You got the wand, it shows up. Great.
I know. And like a little more mythology would have been good.
Anybody can go through it if you have the magical rod. That's it. Like the only thing that I thought they gave us a little bit on was that once it gets put back together, it seems to also be able to lock the portals. So obviously that's where we're headed. The portal's going to be locked. That? They mentioned it. They mentioned it somewhere that he was talking about how I think after they went to the bamboo forest, they being our Emperor Egon and our Lieutenant Jungtae, they went to the bamboo forest and he didn't have his riding crop, and so nothing appeared. Right. And so they were talking about it, and somehow they started chatting about. Maybe it was there, maybe when time stopped. At one point, there was a voiceover about the magical rod and how each of them have a piece, and that he had figured out that his uncle had jumped to a different portal because of the autopsy, and so he knew that this rod was the key to the portal, but that it also could lock the portal. And so I feel like that's where we're headed. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, so how did he figure that out? Science and Einstein? Come on.
It's like he's just...
But we get a very long scene in a gambling house with like Kim Kyung-nam's mother, and like, okay.
But here's my problem. I love Kim Kyung-nam. I would rather watch his story all day long because they've given me nothing with this emperor. Like, there's no story there. He's the smartest. He's the best. He's the top of the heap. He has no flaws. He is a typical, Kim Un-suk male lead, and he's boring. There's nothing to latch on to.
Right, because the crazy thing is this huge thing happened to him, and then what? He sits in the library
and just spouts like geometry and Einstein physics, formulas. Like, I don't get it at all.
It's such a bummer because it is gorgeous. Like the snow and like the rain when it stopped on Udawan. Like it was just,
and can we talk for a hot second how wasted Udawan has been in the last 4 episodes? Give the man something to do. He's an amazing actor. Give him a
in both universes.
Yes. Give him a freaking storyline. Like, what is happening? I'm getting a little ragey. I apologize, but I'm so frustrated.
We're frustrated because the expectations are huge and the budget is huge and the actors are huge and we want to love it so badly, but we're just like adrift.
Adrift is what the story is for it. Like, it's just like, at any minute, I expect like driftwood to come along with like a plot point for me to latch onto, and I'll just hang on to it for dear life. Like, seriously, like I will grab it. I will take it. But right now, my favorite things right now are Kim Kyung-nam, and our granny, Lady No in the palace.
Yes.
And
love her.
Like that. Those are my 2 favorite things happening. Kim Kyung-nam eating ice cream is a highlight.
Yes.
Like, it's a thing I didn't know I needed. I need it every episode now.
No, and apparently he was in therapy, so there's more to discover there.
Right.
But other than that, big disappointment. Jung Yoon-chae, still the prime minister. Not liking this character at all.
No, I'm so bummed out about that. And as much as not the only highlight. There were, and that's my problem. There are pops of highlights in this show, which I'm like, I'm just, and then we spend, 20 minutes on, I don't even know, a library. But here was the one thing that I was excited about. Kyung Hung-suk playing Jung Michael, basically is their new recruit and is a detective. That was a delight. I was
God. Yay. And he looks like such a thug, and he still has like from Pegasus Market.
I love it.
At this point, people, if you have not watched Pegasus Market,
go watch it. That. It's so
that
good.
Brings us
it
joy.
It does. Yeah. I think that's my problem. Like it's just, I'm not putting this on Lee Min-ho because I feel like he's not being given a lot to work with, but he's so dull. The character is so dull. Like the moment when he was with his horse and like brushing the horse, like that was the most chemistry I saw with him with anybody in the show. And I'm not saying that to be evil or facetious or disrespectful, but he actually had a smile and he seemed genuinely like the horse. It wasn't this forced, like romancy, like weird shenanigans. Like he genuinely was like brushing the horse and being like, Maximus, I'm giving you an order. Like you have to eat her carrot because she gives it to you. Like quit being a brat. Like it was adorable. And I was like, that's what I want. And like this whole like them longing for each other across portals, like they didn't earn that. Like she didn't care about him at all.
She didn't like him
at all. No. Like I can see her being into the fact that she finally is like, oh, hold up, maybe there is a parallel universe, but not this weird like romantic, epic, swelling like music. And no, come on, they didn't earn that. That's not there yet.
No,
I'm a little ragey, guys. I'm sorry.
So the thing is, this has all been shot.
Yeah.
So this was done at the end of last year. So we may have what we have.
Right. And that's just, I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities with this one. And I know that a lot of you guys are really huge Kim Eun-suk fans as a writer. And full disclosure, she's not one of my favorites. So I will, if we get to a point where I am like too ragey, I will bow out and yield the floor because I do not want to ruin the excitement and fun that you all are having with the show. But right now I'm still in it. I just need some more fun. Like I need more fun.
I know. Because Dot's Descendants of the Sun was the one that got us all,
me too.
The two of us definitely engaged to the love of our life K-drama. Right. But I really loved Goblin. I loved it. So Mr. Sunshine I enjoyed for a lot of reasons.
Right.
But now here we are, and I'm struggling with this, but it's only been 4 episodes. Right. So I'm really hoping that now that we're back in the Kingdom of Korea with our detective, that something livens up.
Yeah, here's my small problem with that, though. I like the people in the Republic of Korea more than I like the people in the Kingdom of Korea. So if you are now leaving me in the Kingdom of Korea and all the people that I actually am enjoying watching back in the Republic of Korea, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I'm hoping for like some Lieutenant Jung Tae-il showdowns with the Prime Minister or conflicts with the Prime Minister.
Right.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to like kind of the world of the kingdom, like seeing how she because she will be how we learn more about this kingdom, right?
I agree. So, she'll be more fish out of water than he was for some weird reason. Like why he was not fish out of water even a little was kind of weird. But so I feel like she's gonna be more fish out of water once we get that. So maybe it was just a slow build. Maybe we just and I feel like we said this last week, but I'm still hoping.
Yeah, we were hoping for more enlightenment about the story in the portal. Didn't get it. So we are hoping again for something coming up.
Come on, show, do not let us down. We have high hopes. Yeah. We love everybody in it. We just need the story to. What's the word I'm looking for, Marisa? You're better at this than I am. Gel. Thank you. I was trying to think of another word, but yes, gel is perfect. Whew. All right, you guys. Another full week of K-dramas. It was fun. Monday, Tuesday, we are heading into some fun ones coming up. I'm really excited about Good Casting, which I think starts Monday, Tuesday. So it's taking one of those Monday, Tuesday slots. So yes, so we'll have our thoughts on that one. I'm super excited. And we are the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Marisa, and you are a part of the K3. We are all K-drama addicts, aren't we?
And go ahead and comment and keep this conversation going below, and we can all debate what we love or liking and dropping, and it'll be a lot of fun. That's what our comment section is for. And thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to our channel and you're enjoying what we're doing, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button. For some reason, the algorithm with YouTube, we haven't figured it out yet, but we're working on it. But if you hit all those buttons, we're in good shape. We appreciate it. All right. Until next week, you can go ahead and check out some of our other good stuff, which is right here. And we will see you then. Bye.